And joining us is Dr. Roger McEowen. It is Ag in the Courtroom, and he is a agriculture law and taxation professor at the Washburn School of Law. And Dr. McEowen, this second topic we want to talk about is one that kind of have a scratch in our head. You could, get a lifetime ban of owning a firearm if you file a tax return with a false statement? Tell us that sounds very odd.
That is what the U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals said in a split opinion just before, a couple days before Thanksgiving. And yeah, what they said was, well, you commit a felony if you put a false statement on a tax return, and which this individual did, and it potentially carries a prison sentence. And the Third Circuit says, well, technically you fall into the category of a felon, and Congress has said that felons can't own firearms, and that goes for life. And the point of this one, and the dissent was pretty strong. It was a Trump judge that dissented in this one, said, look, a categorical categorization of all felonies, stripping someone of an individual fundamental constitutional right, such as the right to own a firearm, which it's been defined as an individual fundamental right since the Heller case in the Supreme Court a few years ago, said you just can't strip that for life upon the commission of a nonviolent first offense felony that didn't actually serve, the person didn't actually serve any prison time. They just had to pay a hefty fine, had to, got some home probation, and in-home probation and confinement and probation for a while, and then pay the taxes back plus a penalty. And it's this one, I think you can put a stamp on this, call FedEx and pick up the case and just take it to the Supreme Court, because that's where this one's going to go. I do not think this will stand at the Supreme Court. Justice Barrett and Justice Kavanaugh have, in other cases, non-Supreme Court cases before they joined the Supreme Court, decided cases very similar to the rationale that the dissent used in this case. So if they can convince two of their other colleagues on the court to take the case, I don't think that'll be a problem. The Supreme Court will take this case, and I would anticipate it'll probably be a 5-4 opinion, reversing what the Circuit did. But that's just my guess at this point in time. But as it stands, yeah, it's a weird one where the federal court said, you commit a felony, we don't care whether it's nonviolent or not. Every felony is defined by the Congress as being serious, and it strips you of your gun rights. Yeah, I think when we get to the end of this, I don't think that's going to be the ultimate result.
If folks want to learn more about these things we've talked about, other cases that you write and blog about, how can they do that?
Well, what we talked about today are a couple of blog articles on my blog. You can go to washburnlaw.edu/WALTR, and on the homepage down the left-hand side, you can find Agricultural Law and Taxation blog, the link to it. Just click on that link. That'll take you to the actual blog. If you want an email alert when I add something, which is about 130 times a year, there's a technical article on these various topics. There is back on the homepage of my website there, next to where you can find the link for the blog, there's an email alert that you can sign up for. And so if you see a topic, you get the alert, you'll see kind of a header in the email. If that looks interesting to you, you can read it. If not, there's also a delete button. You can just move on.
All right. Well, as always, we appreciate the insights of what you're following and hopefully helping us, getting us better informed of what's going on with agriculture in the courtroom. So thanks a lot, and we'll talk with you again early next year already.
Yeah, and we'll probably summarize some of the big developments of 2020, and hopefully some good things to talk about out of 2020 instead of just all bad stuff. But I really appreciate it. Thanks, Ken.
Thanks. Dr. Roger McEowen, who is a ag law specialist and a tax professor at the Washburn School of Law here in Topeka, has joined us. Stay with us. We'll have more coming up.